Have you ever looked at your bank account a few days before your social security check or your pension hits and felt that knot in your stomach? You see a bill due tomorrow, or you realize the refrigerator is empty and your stomach just drops. You look at your balance and you think, if I pay this bill right now, I am going to overdraw my account, and the bank is going to slap me with a $35 or $40 overdraft fee. Or worse, you don't pay it, and the company hits you with a massive late fee. It is a terrifying feeling. When you are on a fixed income, every single dollar counts. You do not have a corporate paycheck growing every year anymore. You have a strict pool of money, and when the timing of your bills doesn't line up with the timing of your monthly checks, it creates a cash flow gap. And that gap breeds fear. It breeds the fear of losing control, the fear of being taken advantage of by big banks, and the fear of making a mistake that costs you money you simply cannot afford to lose. That is why so many people are asking about a relatively new app called Cashli. You might have heard your friends talking about it, or maybe your kids mentioned it, or you saw an ad online promising an easier way to get a cash advance without a credit check. But because you're smart and because you protect your money, you are asking the right question. What is this app? Is it safe for a retiree? And how exactly does it work for beginners? Listen to me closely. We are going to break down exactly what Cashli is, because you need to understand the tools available to you, but you also need to understand the hidden traps of the financial world so you can make strong, powerful choices. Cashli is what the financial world calls an earned wage access or a cash advance app. Now, historically, those words should make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, because cash advance usually means predatory payday lenders charging 400% interest to exploit people who are hurting. But apps like Cashli are trying to change that dynamic. Cashli specifically positions itself as a tool to help you bridge those small, temporary gaps between your expenses and your income. They allow you to request a small advance on your upcoming money, usually up to $150 to cover an immediate expense, so you don't get hit by a predatory bank fee. So let's walk through exactly how this looks in real life if you decide to try it. You download the app on your smartphone. To set it up, Cashli uses a highly secure industry-standard service called Plaid to link directly to your existing bank account. Now I know the idea of linking an app to your bank account can feel incredibly vulnerable. You have spent a lifetime protecting your data. But here is the reality. Plaid is the exact same secure system used by major financial powerhouses, and Cashli never actually sees or stores your bank password. They are simply viewing your transaction history to see when your social security or pension arrives and how much usually goes out. Once the app looks at your account history, it determines if you qualify for an advance. Let's say you qualify for $75. It is Monday, your grocery cabinet is bare, but your social security deposit doesn't arrive until Thursday. You request a $75 advance through the app. If you choose the standard free transfer, that money will arrive in your bank account in a couple of days. If you are standing in the grocery line right now and need it instantly, you pay a small express fee, and it drops into your account within seconds. You buy your groceries. You avoid an overdraft fee. Then, when your social security check arrives on Thursday, Cashli automatically withdraws that $75 back out of your account to settle the score. You paid no interest. If you didn't choose to tip them, you just paid back the exact $75 you borrowed. It sounds simple, and as a temporary bridge, it can be a useful tool. But I need you to understand the danger of how a tool like this can accidentally chip away at your financial freedom if you are not careful. The biggest problem in retirement is not usually a one-time emergency. It is a structural cash flow issue. If you find yourself needing to use an app like Cashli every single month just to buy groceries or pay your utility bills 3 days early, you are not solving your problem. You are putting a band-aid on a wound that requires stitches. Because think about what happens. If you borrow $75 this month to get by, your check next month is automatically $75 short the moment it arrives, because Cashli takes their repayment. Now you are starting the next month in a hole, which means you are even more likely to need to borrow $75 again. It creates a cycle of dependency. And when you add up that $4.88 monthly fee over a year, plus any express fees you pay because you're in a rush, you are spending money just to access your own money early. Furthermore, you must check your geography. As of right now in 2026, Cashli's cash advance services are not available to residents in several states, including Connecticut, Maryland, Nevada, and Washington, D.C., due to local state regulations on lending and advances. If you live in those states, the app won't be able to provide you with those emergency funds at all. So, what is your actionable takeaway? How do you stand in your truth and make the right decision? First, if you are currently facing regular bank overdraft fees because of mismatched bill timing, call your service providers. Call your electric company, your phone provider, or your insurance company and ask them to change your billing due date to align perfectly with the day your Social Security or pension hits your account. Most companies will happily do this for you if you ask, and it solves the cash flow gap completely for free without any apps. Second, if you do decide to use Cashli as an absolute last resort for an unexpected emergency, you must use it responsibly. Never pay the express fee unless it is a dire emergency. Plan ahead by a few days so you can use the free transfer. Never treat an advance like free money, because it is a direct claim on your next check. And use the app's built-in low balance forecasting alerts to warn you before your account drops too low, so you can adjust your spending actively. Your money must work for you, and you must protect it with every ounce of your being. Be smart, be cautious, and stay in control of your financial destiny.